So we've got quite a way with the welding now. Most of it's done. Just thought I'd let you know where the spots are that rot or have done on mine. California car, so it's pretty good, but obviously if you're going to buy one yourself you need to know where to look, where it starts to rot, and basically how far it can go. We start at the back and then work forward. The very back of the car, so the boot lid, you can see it's started to go here. There's a roughness there where the rot's setting in. We might have to cut this section out. I haven't done that yet, or we haven't done that, me and Christian. Obvious places underneath the tailgate, they're going to need to be dealt with, but the striker plate's pretty good. You take the panel off, there's not much, these are my magnets by the way, they're not supposed to be here. Pretty much rot free, apart from, if you look at this side, this one's pretty good. This is where the California bumpers are mounted. There's a plunger in there. At the other side it had got caught at some point, so it rotted, so I've had to cut that out and put a new panel in. Other than that, pretty good at the back, pretty straight. You come round the side. Funnily enough, they lead these cars, they're leaded here, so if you find lead here, don't worry, it's quite normal for them to have lead joints for the wings to the roof of the car. This seems to be an area where it's caught at some point and then rotted through. Consequently, when that rots through, it rots the sill, so it comes down inside here and settles down in here. Now this is a new plate, you can get these, they're quite readily available on eBay or whatever, but when you take that off, there may be rot behind there, so check behind there, especially round here. Make sure there's no holes here. And it's the exact same at the back. Fill a flap especially, get a hole here. Because of the, I think it's because of the petrol heating into the paint, it thins it down or makes it brittle or does something with it and it cracks and rust gets through and rust behind it. I'm removing the trafficators on the side, so they've been taken off, they're being welded in. But under here, this goes, and when you take it off, there's another panel behind it. They tend to rot as well, so have a good feel here, put your hand right round and have a good look at that. And of course obviously then it rots the inside here. So but that's the panel that we've put on, again available on the internet. It's quite a big panel, but we only used the small amount that we needed to use, we didn't use a whole lot. So the wheel arches are pretty good. I'm filling in the holes, welding up the holes where the trim used to mount. It's another way of damp getting in. So they're all getting welded up. This one hasn't been done yet, so but you can see what I mean. They need welding up. The door gathered at the front here, down in the corner here. Let's see if we can open the door and have a look at that one from the inside. So it also rots the inside, so I had to build it up. Put a plate in here and weld that up, put the strength back into it. Coming along the sills, the drilled, screwed down the plates, so you get rotting on here. You won't see it, but if you press the plate down you'll see it move, or it'll crinkle or make noises, but you can see there the plate we've had to put in. So it's under that cover. If you get a chance to take it off and have a look. Underneath the car, pretty good to be honest with you. If it's a California car, you don't get much in there, but here you are, that's the front wing. So that's from there. somebody's filled it before. Again, you get the piece that it mounts to, that rots as well. But I'll take the wing off in a bit, and we'll have a look and we'll see what we get there. So the wings are off. Let's show you behind the wing. So this panel here we'll talk about. So this is a seal that's on the inner wing, which I'm going to tell you about and show you where that fits. They can rot here where the seal ends. I'll show you why that is in a bit. This is the blanking for the trafficators, and this is the panel that's got to be finished yet. For the that somebody else has done that, not us. And then the blanking off of where the badge goes, and the wing. The bonnet, probably round here will rot, but this one's okay. An unusual place here which seems to rot. I don't know if it's been caught by something or whatever. We'll have to investigate that a bit more. I think it's gone all the way through and it's double skinned, so I have to do something with that. The scuttle plate, which this sits here. Obviously a lot going on here, bending wires and vanes and stuff. I've changed it from left to right hand drive, so I deleted and moved across the mountings for the wipers. For some reason they have a rubber mat here. It's like a dampening stuff for soundproofing, because the heater drawer box is next to where it is for the heater. Rots. I've removed them. Where you go, look, so it rots through the panel, and it's really thin. I mean, very thin. So repairing it's a work of art, and Christian's done a brilliant job there, so that's off to him. Yeah, that's what happens with the wings and the bonnet. So now the wings are off, you can see what's behind them. On this side particularly, this boss section was all rotten, so we've had to make a new box section for that. You can buy that, it's a whole section, but we only needed this end cap, everything else was good. Where else? This is a seam. If water stays here, it gets into the seam, but I've been lucky there. Under here, obviously you're going to get rot inside. This one's pretty good. It's where the air duct for the left-hand drive went in. I blanked it off, put a plate in it, but for left-hand drive that's the intake, and I mounted my own heater motor there and took it in from that side for left-hand drive. For right-hand drive, no serious rot under here. Pretty good, to be honest with you. These are a pain in the neck to get out, these screws, as you can see. Quite a bit of joining under here, but they cover it with some sort of dum-dum and it seems to hold pretty well. This is a main area of concern. If I get you, this sits here. So this is a rubber seal, goes on here and goes up to the wing, and I'll show you this on wing. But this stops road filth, dirt, everything getting behind into the, because it directly, the wing comes over here and that's where the wing finishes. So if it let rotting or mucking, it would rot. But you can get a gathering of stuff here. There's nowhere for it to go. There's a little bit of a bleed hole there, but it can rot here and you can't see it, and you can't even feel it from outside without taking wing off. The other place is the hinges at the front for the bonnet. So if you look at the bonnet front, those hinges, because it opens at the front, mount here. This rots for fun. I don't know if it's because, I don't know if it's structural, but it doesn't seem to have a very good bleed hole, which I might put another bleed hole in there when I've got time, drill a hole in there and make sure it can let the water out. But it's just water gathering that won't escape, and of course it rots the inside as well, and that's where the bonnet mounts. So when you look at the bonnet, you might not see all of this because it's covered by the plate, but if you see any rot here, believe me, it's all round inside behind there, as it was on this one on both sides. This channel here looked like it had got a mouse in it or something, stowing away. So there were all bits of seeds and, you know, grass and all sorts in here, and what that did, it held water. So then it rotted this all through. So I've had to plate it across, not very sophisticated like, but, and then put another plate in for the weather seal that you need back on again. And again, the wings are mounted on these, which I don't know how I'm going to do it, but these are like foam pads, so it don't bolt to it, it's a foam pad that it sits on. Down this side, that's what it should look like. Somebody's patched up before, but it's pretty sound. It's obviously very structural, so that needs to be right. This has had a bit of a rumble on the door. And it had a hole in it. Somebody tried putting screws in, then using a slide hammer to pull it through. So, but the problem with that is there's a rib behind there, a strengthening rib, and if you slide hammer that out and pull it out, the strengthening rib stays behind, doesn't come with it, because it's only foam like you've seen under wing holding it on. So it flexes then in and out. So I welded a plate in behind there and then welded it to the, let's see if I can show you, welded it to the, that's a right bodge job, but it does the job because the plate's now moved away. So it's only there to hold it in place, but it stops it flexing. So then you can work with the dint a bit better, and it's pushed it out as well. So you can see there, removed the holes for the trim, welded them up. On this side, few rots, bit of a rot there. Again, where the trim holes were, water's got in. You can see a trim hole there. Look, they screw it in. So there would have been one somewhere around here, and then here as well. Plated that from behind. Same again at this side. Put a plate in here. That were rotten. Got a bit of a ding on here. It's a bit double skinned here, so it's a bit difficult, but somebody's obviously gone down this side and really ruined that side of the car. But we'll get there. We'll get there. You can see the leading here, look, that's leading. Deleted the aerial hole. Got to fill this in yet. But we've put another one here as well, a patch. So this was rotten, and then behind it was rotten. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where we are at the moment. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into where to look on the Datsun's 240, 260, mine's a 280Z. Give you a bit more of an idea of when you go to look at one, where to look. Well, that's been helpful. Speak to you soon. Bye.